guys, Rooks Productions here with a brand new video. Today I will be doing a review on the LEGO Ninjago ElectroMech. This set comes with 153 pieces. Its set number is 70754. Its suggested age is 7 to 14. On the front of the box it has a nice picture of Chop throwing his spear at Jay inside of the ElectroMech. And then on the other side, we've got a little snake statue. Alright, so on the back of the box, we've got a nice picture of the ElectroMech's wings, or whatever you want to call those things, folding outward. We've got another picture of Jay and Chop. And then we've got the ElectroMech jumping and grabbing Chop. And then showing you that it does have the ability to shoot things. And then it's showing you all 4 of the Jade Blade's special weapons. Once you have the ElectroMech fully built and have applied all the stickers if you want, this is what you get. So, first up we're going to go over the hands. Or hands, yes, hands. I said hands. Well, I guess technically hand would also make sense because there's only one hand. But we're going to go over the arms right now. So, we've got little fist hand, which has articulation in all 3 of its fingers, which is quite nice. They used the Exoforce arms. On his left hand, we've got the stud shooter, which got a nice picture of, or not picture, got a sticker of little wire rings and such. And I forgot to mention the logo that is on this one. It's the regular lightning logo that Ninjago has used. So the stud shooters, I personally really like these. I'm not a huge fan of the handheld stud shooters just because they're large and somewhat ridiculous looking. But these are nice because they just go on and they actually fit. Like, it makes sense for them to be this size. And they fire quite well. I'll just fire one into the back, because if you fire this thing, it is going to get crazy. They shoot surprisingly well. So boom. That's it for the hands, really. And now on to the legs. The feet have stickers on them, 2 different ones. And I really like this style of legs, especially when it comes to mechs and such, where it's kind of like the chicken-legged, or I guess bird-legged style, where it's got the little backwards thing. I always think that those always just look awesome, if they're done right, which this one is. Now, yeah, it's pretty sweet. Now on to the front of the mech. So, we've got the little cockpit for Jay to climb into, which he falls out a little bit easily, but this thing does hold him in. So this is the only unstickered piece in the set, or printed, yeah. It's the only piece that has a picture on it that is printed. All of the other ones are stickers, so that's quite nice. Then up here we've got 2 little gears, which really just cap off the wings, which I'll show you actually right now. Now obviously the back is a bit exposed, but you can't really do anything about that. So, the way you do this is, you see these little yellow things? Well, you just turn them. Or you can push this little thing in the back. I personally suggest that you use the lever, though. So, it'll be standing here, fighting, and then it's about to take off and fly. And then, boom. Let's do that again. Couldn't quite get it the first time. Yeah. Alright, so I apologize if, in case you haven't noticed by the shape of the mech, I can't really move him all that well, because one of my hands is holding a microphone. Because this is not my usual review setup. My floor, or I guess my wall, there was a leak, so we had to move a bunch of stuff out of there, and I really can't do reviews right there because it's getting fixed up. So that's why the mech looks like he's, rolling around on the floor in pain, is because I can only use one hand. You know what? I think if I use my right hand, my good hand, then we could actually do this a bit better. Maybe. Just maybe. Alright, so now let's move on to the figures. Haha, just kidding. Yeah, no, I forgot to go over this little guy. It's a little stand right here. And once you take that guy off, you get this really cool printed, yes, this thing is printed, little anaconda eye thing. It's got a nice snake going around in a circle. It's all spiky looking. Quite cool. So now we can actually move on to the figures. First up, we've got Chop, which is one of the anaconda eye soldiers, and I'll go over his weapon really quickly. It's just this huge spear. It's much more of a pike than it is a spear. It's really cool. It looks like maybe this is a bone, and then they put the spear on. Quite cool. So, he's got some pretty sweet printing, and also I just love this helmet that the anaconda I have. So, he's got nice little bronze highlights on him. Like, it's got it all throughout him, especially on the legs. He's got this pretty cool snake tattoo. Kind of reminds me of the purple dragons from the 2003 Ninja Turtles. And then he's got all of these hang on, yeah, there we go. He's got all these tattoos on his face. Looks pretty insane. So he's got like this little sash that's going across his back, just giving him some nice printing on the back. And one thing that I really like is this little cut that he has on him. It really just adds something to the character. And then we've got one of my personal favorite parts of this minifigure, which is the helmet. And it just looks sweet. It's just a skull that they wear. Looking at it from the side, kind of looks like a cat skull, something like that. So now, let's move on to Jay. So now we have Jay, which is my personal favorite of the two minifigures. And once again, as the same we did with Chop, we're going to first up look at the weapon. So, we've got the Jade Blade, which is quite ironic that it's named that, and it's Jay's weapon. Then we've got a nice little golden part to it. It's a bit ridiculous looking in his hand because it's twice as tall as he is. Look at that. It's ridiculous. It doesn't even fit on camera with Jay in it. So, one thing that you can do is this. Alright, so, get Jay Blade, and you can put it in the mech's hand, which I honestly highly suggest doing. And you know what? Just let him fall while you're doing it. Why not? So yeah, you can have him hold it like that. My goodness. Alright, so, he can hold it obviously better, but you get the idea. And now I'm going to show you how to put Jay inside of it. So, first up, you got to open up the cockpit, and you see these little two studs right there. We'll take Jay. You got to fold his arms up so that he's doing the Home Alone scream. Set him in there. Make sure its hair isn't all crazy. Put it up like that. Push it up so that the golden swords are touching these. That's what I suggest you do, so that you get him secured best in there. And then, boom, he's ready to fight. So now, with that said, or shown, we can actually look at the Jay minifigure. So he's got the hairpiece, which is quite nice. He's got this nice bandana, which actually the set comes with two of them, so that's pretty sweet. And then he's got printing on the back. Reminds me of the armored Jay. I can't remember what those ones were called. I think they were called ZX. Tell me in the comment section down below what they were called, the armored ones. So, This is obviously his tournament thing, which is, the whole point of this series, or this wave. And it's quite cool looking. It honestly really reminds me of one of the things that they would wear in Mortal Kombat. Like, it looks just like that to me. So yeah, that is Jay. If you want to look at him a bit more in depth, you can pause the video. You can do the same for Chomp. Forgot to mention that. So yeah, if you want to look at him better, you can pause the video right now. Alright, so that was the ElectroMech. Now, I personally really enjoyed this set. I suggest you get it if you are a fan of Lego mechs, if you're a fan of the Ninjago line, if you're a fan of Jay, if you're a fan of weird skull helmets, I suggest you get this set. It is quite awesome. And we're going to fire this at you. Boom. So yes, highly recommend this set. The only real complaint that I can think of is that there is none. He can stand surprisingly well on one leg, but his feet are a bit, you gotta really just position them flatly if you want him to stand, which isn't really all that much of a complaint considering that he does have the ability to balance on one leg. Or you can just have him fall and kill everyone. Alright, so the set's piece count for the price is personally, I think, great. $15 for this set. I would have preferred it to be a bit more at the $12 range, but for 153 pieces, this is overall a pretty good set. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I apologize for everything falling over during this video, but I'm trained to use both hands. Can't just use one. I apologize for that. So yeah, this has been Works Productions. See ya.